All right, today's one of those days where there's no parking out front of the venue because of construction. We had to park like 10 blocks away. So super fun. At least it's not super cold in Milwaukee right now. It's like 50 degrees. A little windy, but. Is this it? All right, this is it. Please enter this way. You can? Oh, okay. All right, I'll go this way. Okay. What's up, man? How you doing? Right on, Pete. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, looking forward to it. What's up, man? How you doing? All right. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Guys plugging stuff in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four.
And that is how you program an intro for one of your songs in Ableton for the live show. All right. Oh, you go this way, huh? All right. It is programmed. The mixtape intro's in there for the next night that we play. But then tonight I just extended the gap a little bit after the Cali Girl going into the Dewey Cox thing, just so as to cut it off. Thanks. Money. Money's good.
I'm probably just gonna send it back.
It's called Buyout Kids. Sweat my ass off right now, though.
You got COVID, great. Sounds like you got the vid.
Probably. Over the years, you get really good at sound checking. And the fans brought us donuts. Let's go.
Is that Snicker bar? Does it like Snicker bar to you? Is that Snicker bar?
That looks like a Snickers bar, yeah.
You think I go Snickers or Reese's Pieces?
Oh man, the Reese's looks good. They all look good, dude.
They look pretty good. I think I'm gonna go for the Snickers. Yeah, I'm just going for the Snickers.
All right. The Reese's is slamming, dude. Well, we're here in Milwaukee, and we got a pretty good pre-sale. It's funny. We sold out the show in Chicago last night. It's a 275 cap room. It's still great. It's still great. Tonight we have like 178 pre-sale, 180, so close to 200 pre-sale. And this comes after I made that video about, you know, why no one's coming to see us, why we're not selling tickets. And I kind of want to clarify what I meant, because I don't want to come off like a victim or something, or feeling like, you know, we have something that I'm not seeing and I'm not grateful for it or something, because I'm very grateful for all the people coming out, and I hope that a lot of you guys know that already, but I just thought it was funny because I made that video. Honestly, the last like 3 shows now have been good turnouts, you know, so what I meant was that my band has been on tour for, it'll be 19 years in April, and that's a long time to be on the road, and we've been together for 29 years. And so it's a long time to be hustling. I've been living, breathing, eating, bleeding, crying this band my whole life, essentially, since I was a teenager, little kid. You know, in a perfect world, we would have popped off like 10 years ago after all the work we'd done, because it felt like we were on the right track, and then it sort of took a turn in the early 2010s. One of my songs, I talk about how it's not cool to play guitar in a rock song anymore. And that's about the time, it was like 2012, 2013, where it sort of took a shift. And all like the stomp rock, hey bands, all that, you know, dressing like 19th century bartenders and, you know, upright bass and stomping and hey. That seemed to be the thing for a little bit. And I don't know, like, it felt like rock really, really went away as far as like, I mean, and it has really in like the mainstream anyway. Kind of getting off of my point here, but to bring it back in, you know, we'd done a lot of work up to that point, and then things sort of shifted. And then with this genre that we're in, you know, the American reggae scene, if anything, I would have called us reggae rock, you know, or punk rock reggae, because we're not like a reggae band. We're just not. Like if you listen to reggae and you listen to our band, it's like there's elements, and I'll say it all day. Like I wear Sublime, you know, influence on my sleeve, on both sleeves, honestly. But I don't, you know, consider us reggae. But I'll take it, you know, I'm not gonna say we're not reggae and like, you know, try to push ourselves out of the genre. When everybody classifies us that way, it's fine, it's not a big deal. But we're not as ragu as some of the other bands that popped, you know, a decade ago and are riding high, and they're on tour buses and they're making money, and there's, you know, seemingly having a great ride right now, you know. We are still grinding it out. And so my point being, you know, and they're playing amphitheaters every summer, you know, bands like that. And we are, you know, we're trying to fill 300 cap rooms still. And that is what I mean by why is no one buying tickets? Why is no one coming to our shows? Obviously, there are people coming to our shows. We do have a strong core of fans that come out and see us play as often as possible. But it's the idea that we've been doing this for so long, and I felt like I know we've worked really hard. And we've had a lot of things go wrong over the years, you know, but I always felt like the music was good enough, but I guess the style wasn't right or something. I don't know. We can speculate all day about like what that is, but yeah, so that's what I meant. It's just like, it's not that I'm not grateful for having people at our shows, you know, 200-300 people. I love it, man. And in fact, that's better than what it was a couple of years ago. Like earlier this year, we started doing 300 to 400, you know, when we kind of got stuck at this 150 to 200 a night. And I've talked about this before, but the fact that we're doing, you know, 300, 250, a lot of nights is great, but it just feels like God, like what else can we do to get the word out? Or is this the ceiling? You know, that freaks me out. Like, is this the ceiling? Like, are we done? Like, is this as far as we can take it? You know, because I've always felt that our band was built for the radio, because I write songs for the radio, or at least I used to. And I said I'm gonna make a video about that, by the way, how I'm not writing for the radio anymore. But I know that our songs are good, you know, but maybe we're just too polished and the songs are too poppy to fit in this genre. I remember saying a while back that like we're too pop for the reggae scene, but we're not pop enough for like the pop scene or big radio. I apologize for the sound. Keep Flying's playing right now, right on the other side of this wall, and I try to go to the most quiet place possible. But we're on the road. This is what I'm doing. I'm vlogging from the road, so this is real life right now. So that's what scares me is like I'm 44 years old and been busting my ass, you know, for decades, and it makes me wonder: is this it? Is this if people come to expect a certain style from us, and that particular style isn't the main thing that people want to see, like real chill reggae vibes or something. We throw in the rock stuff, the punk rock stuff, because we love doing that stuff, and I like performing. I like being Billy Joe Armstrong on stage, you know. But maybe it's not enough. Maybe that isn't what people are looking for, like on the whole. But there's definitely, I believe that there's an audience for everything. How big is that audience? I don't know. All we can do is keep playing and keep putting our best foot forward and try to put out the best records possible and put on the best shows possible and try not to think about the numbers so much. But I do have to think about the numbers. I have to look at these numbers and put the emotions aside and use the data as a tool to figure out the next move. That's really how you should be using analytics. Put the emotions to the side, try not to be bummed out by them. At the same time, I can't say don't get excited when something good happens, because you should get excited when something good happens. But also remember that it's not going to be great all the time. So it's probably better to just put all emotion aside in either case and look at the numbers and say, okay, this song didn't do well. I wonder why. This song did do well. Let's try that. There's that whole thing I said on a couple of videos ago about leaning into a sound, and this is the sound and this is what we do. That's why there's bands like Sugar Ray that they were like a punk rock band or like alternative rock band, and then they hit with Fly, so they started making more songs in that style, in that vein, and they're great songs. That's just one example, but there are bands that they'll see it written on the wall and then they'll just lean into that, and it's fine, For us, I've had this like punk rock attitude where it's like, no, I want to do what I want to do. We put out a song called Live Through This 3-4 years ago, and it fell so flat. It felt like it had to be, there was something wrong with streaming that day, because we've never had a song perform that badly. And it's like a good song, in my opinion. Of course, I'm gonna say it's a good song, right? But objectively, it's just it's got the hook, it's got everything's got horns, it rips front to back, it's has these movements in it. It's like a little mini rock opera. And for whatever reason, it didn't work. I'll link to that. I'm gonna play that song at the end of this when we go out, so you can hear it and you can go check it out. But for whatever reason, it didn't hit. And then, we put out Middle Finger. Actually, Middle Finger might have came before that one, but that one crushed. That was one of our biggest performing songs ever, and it's more like the chill reggae stuff, whatever. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's because it said Middle Finger. Maybe there's a plethora of reasons why things work and why things don't work, and you'll drive yourself crazy trying to figure it out, All you can do, as I said, is always put your best foot forward and try to be the best you can be, and that's it. And I hope it's been in focus this whole time. Oh man, that would suck. I don't know. So yeah, I felt like I should clarify that, because I don't want to look like a victim. I don't want bands that are drawing less than us and not having as good a time on the road and still stuck in a van. I don't want them to watch that video and be like, look at this fucking guy, He's in a bandwagon, he's selling out a 300 cap room, in Chicago. I don't want anybody thinking like that. I think at every level there is something to be concerned with, and even at the top levels, there's always something, and when they say there's more money, more problems, that's a real thing, There's a lot more moving parts and such. But at this level, at this time in my life, I'm gonna be 50 in 6 years, and that kind of scares me now. And I think this is part of my midlife crisis thing, but it's just realizing oh fuck, something needs to happen very soon, like in the next couple years, in the next year, something needs to happen, because I can't keep going on like this. I can't keep just filling 200-300 cap rooms and trying to get by. My kids, if they want to go to college, my son's graduating in 4 years. I want to be able to help them with things. I want to be able to take care of this family, and it scares the shit out of me. So that's just what I was saying. And again, I get depressed, and you guys probably know that about me by now. If you're new here, thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, check out some other videos. But, I'm not a basket case all the time. These are the things that cross my mind, and I believe in just being real and authentic and telling you guys the truth about how I'm feeling. And sometimes I can see how that can come off a little melodramatic and even a little maybe ridiculous, because my band is successful to a degree. There is a level of success there that other bands haven't achieved, and I'm grateful for it. But given all the time and all the work that we put in, it feels like, you know, we should be a little bit further than what we are now. And that's just where my head is at, you know? And I just deal with that every day, and I just try to figure out just ways to make it better. And to beat a dead horse for the third time, just gonna keep putting our best foot forward and trying to do the best shit we can possibly do and give you guys the best show ever. And I'm trying to make the best, realest vlogs you guys have ever fucking seen, you know, regardless of production value. You know, I don't have cool drone shots in my videos or anything like that. There's not a lot of cutaways. I want to be able to continue doing what I love without having to freak out about it, you know, and feel like I made a mistake. That's all. We're gonna go rock Milwaukee now. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thanks to Just Put It In Your Mouth, a donut company, for giving us donuts today. Incredible. Karina, thanks so much for the cookies and the cheese. And we have a day off tomorrow. It's Roadie Friday. So I'm sure the crew is gonna while out tonight. And then tomorrow I'll figure out something else to vlog about. Next show is in Minnesota. We're gonna be in St. Paul or Minneapolis or the Twin Cities. You guys let me know what I'm supposed to call it, because I gotta be the rock star guy and yell from the stage like, "What's up, Minnesota? What's up, St. Paul?" Is it Twin Cities? Do I just say that? I don't want to offend anybody, so. Holy crap, thank you, Milwaukee. That was a lot of fun. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much for coming out on a Sunday night. You guys raged, and now we're gonna have a day off to regroup, and we're gonna be in St. Paul on Tuesday. So, all right, thank you.